Hello friends, today I am going to tell you how to score 80 plus marks in SFM. Oh, this is not difficult, it is achievable. Many times students think that SFM is a very difficult subject and therefore even if we pass, it is enough. Is SFM really a tough subject? My answer is no. With proper planning, conceptual understanding and going through good material can really help you to score very good marks in SFM. So therefore there are students who have scored 80 plus marks in SFM and I am going to discuss those strategies today. Okay. With proper planning one can convert SFM into a very scoring subject. So first I will tell you about the SFM subject. Of course no doubt SFM is very vast. Okay. You have almost 20 plus chapters. Some chapters are really vast, like for example portfolio, derivative, forex, okay, valuation, and under valuation you have bond valuation, share valuation, corporate valuation, and then there is a huge theory syllabus. But you need to understand that these are based on concept. So you have to master all the concepts and the various types of problem that have been given in your material. Question paper is also very uncertain in SFM. You really don't know which area they are going to put more focus. In some exam in bond valuation 30 marks, in some exam forex 35 marks, some exam there was no question on derivative. So therefore we need a holistic approach towards SFM. Hard work is required to crack this subject. Hard work, smart work, dedicated work will help you to score very good marks in SFM. Because if I look at the last few years of paper, if you have mastered all the concepts, you will not be having any surprise in the exam, and therefore you will find that, oh yes, this question I have already covered in the notes, in the class. Okay. So how to prepare for the SFM exam? I have suggested 4 things. Step 1, you focus on concept building. Okay. SFM, like costing subject, is based on concept. It is not like theory subjects where you can mug up and you can get through. You need to understand the subject. Okay. So this vast syllabus will become manageable if you build strong understanding of the concept rather than simply solving the problem. Of course you have to practice more and more problem, but with understanding, because in the exam the question can be twisted. Then understand your syllabus. The syllabus is very vast. So please make a very clear understanding of what is there in your syllabus, what you have to study, which areas you have to focus. Okay. Go through your study material and identify the scope of your work. Okay. I have seen a study material is also not enough. It only gives you broad headings, but it doesn't give you the details of the subject to the extent it is required for the exam. So you have to have a very clear understanding of the scope of your work. If you do not complete your entire syllabus based on study material, past examination question, RTP, MTP and practice manual, you will not be able to know how much I have to cover. And once the student masters how much he has to cover, the chances of getting very good marks is high. And then the next task is to make a list of study material that you have to study. Of course, whatever study material, study kits are issued by institute are important. Just quickly summarize: study material, the suggested answer, means last 3-4 years, whatever you can get hold of, RTP of last 3-4 years, MTP of last 3-4 years, then your good class notes, whichever class you are attending, make sure that your notes are complete, correct. Okay. And as I will suggest, you must also go through some reference books also. There are reference books available in the market, like for example you have Taxman publication or Shroff publication, where you can read the good books also. They also have got extra questions for practice. 4th point is you have to make a strategy. Strategic management requires strategy. Okay. Some students only concentrate on 3 topics: portfolio, derivative, forex. Is SFM only about these 3 topics? Of course these are important, but to score that 80 plus or maybe more, you have to also concentrate on other topics. There are many small topics which will require much less effort, much less time, but will give you more result. Like for example, you have topics like economic value added. It takes 2 hours to revise. You have valuation of share, maybe take few hours to revise. But again, if a question on economic value added is asked for 5 marks, or a valuation of share is asked for 8 marks, you can get them full marks. And plus you have a lot of theories. If you can just make a short summary of all the theory topics, then around 16 to 20 marks are sure that you'll be able to get it. So focus on important topics, no doubt, portfolio, derivative, forex. Also focus on other small topics. Don't keep any topic for option. Don't ignore any topic. Okay. There are so many topics where you can easily score 40-45 marks with full accuracy. So they will guarantee 40-45 marks. This derivative, forex, portfolio can also help you to earn around 35 to 40 marks, and that makes your total about 80 plus. Okay. A routine question: how to study the theory part? Theory part is vast. Every topic has theory. You have to make a short note. Don't ignore the theory, because the theory covers around 20-25 marks. Sometimes there is a one full question for 16 marks which has 4 or 5 subparts on theory. Sometimes a practical question is combined with a theory topic. And you can remember theory if you make a habit of reading theory at least 1 hour on a daily basis. Make your own notes and revise your own note daily. Now the last thing I am going to tell you is how to finally get that 80 plus. So some tips I am going to give you here, and you can remember these tips, you can write it down, follow it, and I assure you that one day in the next exam only you will get 80 plus. Okay, so prepare theory on daily basis. Make one formula book yourself, preferably yourself. In every topic, numerical topics, you will come across formula. Write down whatever formula you need to look at it. Okay. Then SFM requires 3 things: practice, practice, practice. Practice more and more questions. Practice a variety of questions. What are the source of your question? Your ICI material, practice manual, RTP, MTP, suggested answer, class notes, and reference books. So practice a large number of questions. Then try to solve each question on your own. Many students just look at the answer, they do the tick mark. You have not solved them. Author has solved them. You have to close the answer book, solve it completely on your own, then match with the answer and see to what extent you have got it right. Okay. So don't refer to any solution, okay, from your notebook or anywhere else. Answer has to be presented properly. Institute gives lot of importance to a properly presented answer. So use proper format for presentation. Write in sequence, write step number, write working notes in support of your answer. There can be ambiguous questions, write clear assumptions. Sometimes they don't mention whether this dividend is past dividend or future dividend, D0 or D1. Write the assumption and solve the problem. And I tell one more thing to our student: if a question has 2 possible assumptions and if you have time, solve it by both the assumptions. Don't leave any scope for losing marks, and that is where you get 80 plus. So you will write under assumption 1, my answer is like this. Under assumption 2, my answer is like this. Okay, but of course you need to have time. Otherwise you write that assumption which is mostly used by the institute in its study material or suggested answers. Write very legibly in the exam, clearly in the exam. Exam में बिल्कुल अच्छे handwriting में लिखना है. your handwriting you can understand, but here the examiner has to understand your handwriting. Secondly, do not overwrite. कुछ गलती होती है तो उसको काट के अलग से लिखना है, उसी के ऊपर बार बार नहीं लिखना, because you are dealing with numbers, so it can be misinterpreted by the examiner. And कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हमारे पास समय कम पड़ जाता है लिखने के लिए, मेरे पास बहुत कुछ है बट हमारे पास समय कम पड़ जाता है. आई नो द आंसर बट आई कांट राइट इट. देन व्हाट यू विल डू, एटलीस्ट राइट द सिनॉप्सिस ऑफ दैट आंसर. अगर एक पेज पूरा नहीं लिख सकते हैं तो 10 पॉइंट उसकी सिनॉप्सिस लिख सकते हैं. तो ऐसा प्रैक्टिस करना है कि आंसर छोड़ना नहीं है बल्कि उसकी सिनॉप्सिस लिख सकते हैं. तो थियरी क्वेश्चन को मैं नॉर्मली मैं एडवाइस करता हूँ थियरी क्वेश्चन को लास्ट में रखने के लिए, क्योंकि आपके पास अगर समय कम है तो उसके हिसाब से आप आंसर का साइज कम या ज्यादा कर सकते हैं. न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चन में हमारे पास आंसर का साइज को कम ज्यादा करने का स्कोप नहीं होता है. जो आंसर चाहिए, जो स्टेप चाहिए, वो हमें लिखना ही पड़ता है. तो अकॉर्डिंगली प्लान योर पेपर that I will start with numerical first, theory I will take later. If required, I will write the synopsis of the theory. So with this approach, I am very sure that you can score 80 plus marks. Trust me. Listen to this video again. Forward it to your friend. They will also be finding it useful. It might help some student to crack this paper with very good marks. Thank you very much for watching this video. All the best.